Flowdreaming. It's a show where we talk about the power of your mind to change your world around you, to literally affect the fabric of your reality. We talk about this feeling of hope and joy and relief. And that is what being aware of your flow does. It gives you a feeling of power again in your lives.
Oh my God, you were so on target. You are so amazing. I can't thank you enough.
Breathe. It is the feeling that you bring forward. It is your emotional connection that really sets the tone for what is going to be happening to you and for you. And you know that feeling when you touch it. It just spreads through you.
Thank you for taking my call. I don't know why I feel like crying. I think I just feel your love.
Oh, of course.
And I think I'm going to get some answers.
I'm Summer McStravick, and welcome to another episode of Flowdreaming. Ooh, that's right. Welcome to Flowdreaming. Are you guys ready to get in your flow today? Do you know what that means, to get into your flow? It means to place yourself in perfect alignment with life, with your greater self, with God, with Source, with your own future, knowing that your world is unfurling itself, blooming, if you will, into everything that you're desiring it to and expecting it to. That's what flow is. It means that you're on the right path, the one that's for your highest good, that will take you in the direction that creates your most complete, intelligent, aware, and loving expansion. If you think that there are 52 cards in a deck, some of those cards are high-end cards, and some of those cards are low-end cards, and then there's a lot in the middle. Flow is like saying you're getting all the best cards all the time because they're there. And instead of being a random game of chance where you just pick a card blindly, you can choose, I'm only going to pick those best cards. All aces, kings, and queens for me. I'm in flow all the time. If I want to, I can throw in and spice up my life with some 2s and 3s and some icky cards that make my hands a lot harder to play. And maybe I do that from time to time because I forget and I don't know any better. But flow basically means you can always return to this place where everything is working for you. It's kind of like if you believe that you can manifest, if you believe that you can create, if you believe that there is a God or a source or even just some sort of universal intelligence, and you believe that that intelligence wants to deepen its understanding of itself, understanding of you, wants to see what happens when its creation grows and evolves, is curious to see, then you can believe that flow is there for you, that you can be in this place, you can be on this path anytime you want. And I happen to know that you can see manifestations, evidence of this, all through life, every day. In fact, even psychology, biology, a lot of the sciences have identified flow as natural principles. So if it's a natural principle in the natural physical world, like flow systems, you guys ever heard of that? Flow psychology? If it's a true principle in the natural physical world, why wouldn't it also be in the non-physical world, in the realm of spirit? Anyway, that's what we talk about and teach here on Flowdreaming, on the Flowdreaming podcast. To learn how to do this technique, it's a wonderful technique for manifesting, by the way. I encourage you to visit my website, flowdreaming.com. There's a place there for people who are new. And I have podcasts where I devote the entire hour to showing you, here's how you do it. And I do it with you, and you can learn and be taught that way. I also have a wonderful manifesting store where I've created all kinds of what I call flow dreams, which are downloadable MP3s. I've put them together into playlists for you. So you can work on different areas of your life and say, gosh, this area of my life is really out of flow. It's not evolving. It's not manifesting. It's not creating what I want. Well, go find a playlist. Begin working with it. Begin shaping and molding those energies using something like that. Today's program is kind of a prelude, actually. It is a prelude to an online seminar that I'm giving next weekend. And if this is a podcast, I'm sorry, the seminar has passed. But you might be able to find this information elsewhere, depending on what I decide to do with it later. It's called The Four Most Potent Ways to Talk to the Universe and How to Get It to Listen. Also, why you might be being ignored. It's something along those lines. It's got a ridiculously long title to it. But it is happening in about a week. And I'd love for you to join me. It's free. It's online. It's going to last roughly an hour, maybe an hour and a half if things really get going. And I'm going to tell you how the most successful manifestors use energy, how they talk to the universe so that it hustles to get stuff done for them, how I talk to the universe to build the life I've built. I'm going to share these things with you. And I'm also going to share a few things that you might be doing that are sabotaging that may be holding you back. So by prelude, what I want to tell you today is I can't tell you what the top 4 are because I'm saving that. I'm saving that for the seminar that's coming up, and everybody who's looking forward to seeing you all, meeting you all there as we kind of walk through these details of how to get the universe to listen. But there are a few other ways that aren't in the top 4 that I do want to share with you today. So we're going to follow our regular format for the program, which is where I talk with you a little bit, share some knowledge with you, get you thinking, get you back in your flow. We're going to flow dream together where you can feel yourself talking, communicating ever more easily with the greater energies to create, shape, and manifest what you want. And then, of course, we're going to do some calls. So to find out how to reach me, because this podcast is taped and aired live every week on Tuesdays, go to my website, flowdreaming.com. There you'll find my radio, my podcast page. And it tells you how to call me when I'm on live, when I'm on live in your part of the world, as well as the many ways you can get the show. By the way, they have a Google app for it now if you're using Google Apps on your phone or your tablet. So there are ever more ways to reach this information. Okay, so let's start with something that I recognize in myself. I'll use this as an example. Because in addition to sharing the 4 most important ways or potent ways to get the universe to listen to, I'm also going to be sharing the 5 reasons why you might be being ignored. And that's what I'm starting with right now. The 6th reason, because I'm working my way up, right? It's like a New Year's countdown. The 6th reason why you might be being ignored. And this is one that is something I have that I thought I would share with all of you. In fact, I sent out a little note this morning in my newsletter about that. I recognize that I'm a pretty good manifester. I mean, I'm pretty great at it, actually, which is why I teach it. And the more I teach, the better I become because I get to benefit from everyone's experience. I can kind of lump it all together, hundreds of people, thousands of people. I can notice trends. I notice what works, what doesn't work, and so on. And so a lot of you guys have probably noticed that over the years, I've started speaking a lot more psychologically. I talk about your patterns, talk about blocks, I talk about resistance. The reason that this is happening is because, frankly, manifesting is the easy part. Learning it, how to do it, easy part. Once you get over the belief that you can do it, that's the hardest thing. Then actually doing it, easy. But what happens is people stop themselves from doing it. They don't talk to the universe the way they should because there's something in them that prevents them from doing it. And that's where I say, let's get in your head. Let's get in your energy. Let's get in your flow. Because how can you ask for, career recognition? How can you ask to be, deeply, falling in love with someone of your caliber if there's something in you that's preventing you from even effectively asking for that? You couldn't manifest it if you tried because there's something in you that won't allow you to have it. That's where things get really fascinating and interesting. And frankly, that's what a lot of my diamond groups do, my sapphires. We start probing all of that and we say, oh, this is why. And we start breaking down these things so that our manifesting becomes smoother, faster, quicker. We see results, instantly. We can change direction on a fly. We make things happen in our lives daily good things. So to go back, one of the things that I do that interferes with my manifesting, why the universe will sometimes ignore me, is that I've noticed one of my patterns is that I can be an overthinker and a dilly-dallyer. You guys know that term, dilly-dally? I don't know where I got it from. It's so old-fashioned. But dilly-dally, it means that you just kind of just do other things. You kind of just nosy around on things, let time slip past you. Don't really attack the real issue, let it simmer. In my case, what happens is I say, okay, I've got to do this. And by the way, I am not a procrastinator. I have no problem doing things once I set my mind to do them. My list every day is quite long. I usually have, well, let's see, what do I have right now? I have a list in front of me. I always do. There's 15 items on it today. Of those, I will not get through all 15, believe me. Because I don't even put things down like, do my podcast today. That's not even on the list. It's just assumed. Nonetheless, I get through the list. My problem is a lot of things never make it onto my list. Those are the things that block my success in the end. Why don't they make it on my list? Because here's what happens. I notice there's something that's not working for me. I notice where things are getting kind of snagged up, where they are not starting to flow right, where nothing is progressing. I notice that nothing is really changing. And then I think, I wonder why that's happening. I wonder what I should be doing about it. I wonder if, and then I think, well, maybe I just should listen. Maybe I should research a little bit and try and figure this out. And if I just wait a little bit longer, I know that something will happen and come to me. And, I have discovered it's true now. I've discovered a lot of things I could do to address this, but how do I know which is the right one? I mean, maybe if I just wait a little bit longer, the right one will happen. But, I can't actually do that right one right now because, God, there's so many other things I'm doing. I'm going to have to wait a couple of weeks until I can even start tackling that right one. And so maybe I'll do that maybe in, another month or two. And by then I'll know for sure anyway. Okay. So you see what's happening? While all of this is going on in the background of my mind, I'm dilly-dallying. I'm acknowledging I've already found a lot of things I could do. I've already found a lot of ways I could start talking to my flow, manifesting, taking action, but I'm not because this combination of dilly-dally overthinking is now in the way. Why does that happen? What is it ultimately doing? I tell you what it's doing. It's creating a dam across my flow. It's blocking the water. It's saying, no, we're not going to go there yet. Nope, can't do that yet. Nope, I'm going to keep throwing things up in front of you. And worse, I'm not even going to let you know you're really doing this for a couple of weeks. Yeah, we're just going to let this simmer. It's just going to be those things that pop in your head while you're taking a shower, while you're sitting in the car. It's going to be those things that are, you sometimes write down for a little bit because you feel like it's starting to really get to you, but then you forget about it. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it down there for a while. And then when it gets so bad, you can't keep it down there, then it's going to pop up to the fore. And then that's when I say, oh my God, I've had this problem for 3 months already. What have I been doing? Where has my mind been? Because you see, if I had seen myself in this process, I could have gone directly to flow with it. I could have said, hey, I notice that I'm telling the universe all the time, I'm too busy to get to this. I'm too piled up with other things. I'm too blah, 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 whatever it is, whatever my dilly-dallying form has taken. That's what happens. I could have said to flow, I've noticed this. Can you do something about it? Can we break this impasse? Can you give me some good action? I'm going to take some good action. All I know right now is that I'm noticing something isn't working. Let's fix it. And then my dilly-dally self would say, well, we don't quite know how yet. Maybe we ought to just hang out a little bit longer. Maybe the right information isn't there yet. Ooh, even more devious. Maybe your flow hasn't brought it to you yet. All of these are ways that I talk to myself that sabotage my manifesting, that slow it down. Really? Flow has brought me a lot of ways, probably, to solve the problem. Probably one of those ways happened or to solve it almost instantly when I identified the problem. I just didn't recognize it. I didn't give it any weight. I didn't see it. I discounted it. I pushed it aside. I set it for later. Here's something to think about. When a problem arises, most of the time, the solution arises with it. We just choose not to see it, hear it, or recognize it because it's not the one we want at the time. It's really important. You got to own up to that. So a way of working around that, here's how you fix that. This is how I tackle this tendency in myself so that I get the universe to start listening to me again. When the solution comes up, I say, all right, I know the solution. I'm staring straight at it. And I also have my huge list of reasons why I can't or won't implement this solution. I say to my flow, hey, flow, check it out. There's all this resistance in me to doing this. I have a problem, and instead I'm going to let myself suffer with it because I'm resisting taking care of it. Would you help me with that? Can we flow on this? Will you create a solution for me? Will you help me implement the solution so that it will work out for me? So that I can have some trust in it? Because that's all my delaying is doing. My delaying is saying, I don't trust you. So I'm going to delay and wait because I don't trust you. I think if I do this, it's not going to work out. It's going to become a problem. It's going to become, I don't trust you with a solution. Can you imagine what this is like when this piles up in your life? And you do this not just with one thing in a week or a month, but you've got 4 or 5 or 8 or 15 simmering situations going on like this. Do you see why people say manifesting doesn't work? Doesn't work because they're sitting on all the solutions. They're not jumping into them. They're not trusting them to be there. Now, trust isn't blindly just saying, okay, I'm going to spend all my money and, my bank account's going to magically fill up because I trust it. That's not what trust is. Trust is saying, I'm going to make some very thoughtful decisions that feel right and good, where I can see how they would probably come about to a good solution. I'm going to get past the fear, the doubt, the excuses that tell me not now, do it later, dilly-dally, think about it, get more information. I'm going to step into this mix, and I'm going to say to flow, every step I take, correct me. If I start in the wrong direction, correct me. Put me back on the path again. Maybe I'll contact one website and I'll realize, no, that's not right. Immediately I'll see another website. Oh, that one's more like it. Get a phone call from a friend. Oh, I'll do this instead. Keep the information flowing. Keep the action. See, I'm going to take a bunch of action. You're going to give me a bunch of response. I'm going to listen and I'm going to feel and I'm going to keep communicating. Hey, this is what I'm after. Hey, this is what I'm after. Hey, this is what I'm after. Okay? Whenever you do this, you're talking to the universe. What you're doing is a way of talking to the universe. Action is communication. Sometimes we forget that. And we think flow dreaming and manifesting is all about just closing your eyes and drifting off and, meditating and all that. No, that's really important, actually. That's what I call pre-action. That's something people don't do enough of by far. But action is also a way of communicating. And we do action most of the time. So what action are you doing? What are you communicating right now? I bet it's something like this. Well, I got up and I went to work and I thought about my crummy relationship and then I did my work and then I thought about dinner and then I came home and then I walked the dog and then I got in a fight in my crummy relationship and then I stayed up watching TV too late again and then I went to sleep. There you go. That was your action. That's what you communicated to flow. What is flow going to do with that? How is that manifesting for you? And better yet, you manifested all of that. Did you give it instructions? Where do you want that to go? What you basically said through all of your actions in the day is, this is fine with me. This is what I expect. This is normal. This is my day. Manifestors, really successful ones, they do all of those things, yes. And they even fight with their boyfriends. But they add something else onto it. They say, no, it's not good enough. There's something more. My tomorrow has to be in my today. Therefore, I have to be doing some things today that are creating my tomorrow, purposefully, intentionally, with action, with focus, with clarity. And I have to do some pre-action so that I've really backed it up. So I've got a template for it and the energies, a blueprint, and I've got some actions that are helping steer me toward it. So at some point in my day, I'm going to, ring up that realtor and say, yeah, find my house. I'm going to, call that travel agent. Yes, book me on my cruise. I'm going to go to that website. Yes, sign me up for that class. Whatever it is, you are purposely putting into your flow because tomorrow is going to embody what you are doing right now. Does that help? Okay. A bit of a long monologue. Thanks for sticking with me. We're going to go to a quick break. I hope you're thinking and your mind is spinning and you're feeling excited. In fact, during the break, it'd be a great time to go sign up for my newsletter. That's the Flowdreaming newsletter at flowdreaming.com. If you do that, you will get a notice about my upcoming free online class. I'll be sending out a couple more of them. So please, please, please do that. If you can't find it, I think there's also a link to it at the Manifesting store at flowdreaming.com. And if this is an older podcast, sign up anyway. I may be doing another one of these classes. You never know. Also, quickly, my Diamond program is filling up. It's filling really fast, faster than even the first time around, which was about 6 months ago, faster than really ever. It's a great program. That's why. And people have started sharing their results with it. It's just been pretty mind-blowing. If you want to learn to be a great manifester, if you want to learn the exact method I have personally used to create a life where I work from home, I have my 2 kids that I take to school and pick up from school. I have a wonderful, very prosperous and beautiful business where I work with people who are just like me. I've basically created my own friend circle through my work. I have a wonderful husband. I have great friends. I'm not bragging. I'm telling you this because this is what I'm teaching you how to create. Whatever it is you want in your life, you can make through this process. It's a method. It takes 6 months to learn it, to get deep into it. We remove all the blocks that come up to you getting what you want. Fantastic program. Go check it out. Okay, quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
I'm Summer McStravick, and you may have heard about my Diamond Mentorship program. Well, now it's changing. Everything has to grow up. That's why I'm taking the Diamond Mentorship program to a new level. I'll be taking a group of you together on a 6-month journey into yourselves, into your lives, as I help you make something spectacular. So what exactly do you want to create? Come into the program knowing already or find it with us along the way. Maybe you want huge, secure income, or maybe it's to launch your own business. Maybe you want a great life partner, or maybe it's to finally be free from unhappiness and restriction. Whatever it is, you'll end the program having created it. We'll make sure of that. We will launch you. Think of it as a mastermind group where you get to know yourself, who you truly are, and what you're capable of. Think total inner empowerment. Think of yourself beyond your fears. As a Diamond, you'll work with me through 8 segments of fun worksheets, deeply personalized private one-on-one sessions, monthly flow dreams, and online meetups. I will give you the tools. You'll learn what your manifesting strengths and weaknesses are and how you truly work best with flow energy. You won't make just one positive, spectacular change, but many. So register at flowdreaming.com, and please do register early. I will close the program when it fills, and I expect it to fill before our actual start date. So if you're thinking about being a Diamond, now is the time to leap. Just do it. I cannot wait to welcome you and get to know more about you and your life and begin working with you as a Diamond.
A private session with Summer is unlike any other reading you've ever had. You can do it by phone or Skype from anywhere in the world. In your session, Summer reads your flow. Sometimes she sees things that are coming or things that have passed. Critically, she reads your present and can show you your current set of choices and help you know which ones flow best for you. Ask Summer any kind of questions. Ask her to look into people you care about, such as spouses, bosses, exes, family, or friends, to see what they're really thinking. Ask her where your energy has gotten stuck or blocked. because Summer is an expert at finding the core events, beliefs, or thoughts that block you, and together the two of you can shake them loose. Last, ask Summer to craft a flow dream just for you around your issues and desires. Ask her to put some strong manifesting energy in this area of your life. And as hundreds of past clients have said, be ready for real amazing results. It's not your typical reading. It's manifesting plus intuition. Find Summer sessions on her website, flowdreaming.com, under private sessions. Even people who normally never get intuitive readings get readings from Summer. That's flowdreaming.com. Search private sessions.
Hi, I'm Summer, and my manifesting store at flowdreaming.com underwrites this free podcast. You're going to find so many tools there to help you practice flow dreaming, from individual targeted flow dreams to whole programs to on-demand classes to books and CDs. Of course, the Flow Dream of the Month Club, as well as my mentorship program. Oof, that is a lot. But there is where you can pick up something to practice with. The Manifesting Store puts your interest into motion. I know you won't stop there either, because once you get there, you'll also discover my free blog and our community discussion board, all about manifesting. That's the Manifesting Store at flowdreaming.com.
Did you know you can like Flow Dreaming on Facebook? Just search for Flow Dreaming on Facebook and click like to start getting Summer's Flow Dreaming updates. Ditto for Twitter.
You're listening to Flow Dreaming with your host, Summer McStravick.
Welcome back to Flow Dreaming. I hope you had a pleasant little break there. I think it's time to change up those little ads, don't you think? I know, I never get to things. I have too much on my plate. See? Already I'm giving you reasons, things that are just nagging at me. That's why they're not changing. There you go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little discussion. That was a taste of a much bigger event that we're doing next weekend when I do this live online seminar with you guys. So hope to see many of you there. Hope some of you guys too will consider the Diamond program. Like I said, this only comes around, like once or twice a year. And I only have as many spots as I can fit. So they are filling up. If you're interested, just shoot me an email. Let me know. You can also find out information on my website. Okay, let's go together into the flow. I'm going to actually do this with you, take you there. If you're new, just follow along. Just enjoy yourself. It's not meditation. It's not self-hypnosis. Those are the two most important things to remember. If you go in with an expectation of either, you are going to be confused and you're going to be doing it improperly. When you're in flow, you recognize that you are communicating with the quantum mind. You are in a state where, think of it like this, you're going deep into the computer and you're messing with the programming. You are putting new information into the code. When you are meditating, you're clearing your mind often. You are reaching a state of detachment. You are, in essence, moving into a kind of flow if you are completely letting yourself go into it, but you're not inserting information. That's the active part that makes it manifesting, that makes it flow dreaming, not meditation. The way that you insert your manifesting information is through your emotions. That's why we focus heavily on feel this, feel that. And then we also work with different ways to most effectively communicate what it is you want to create. Like what are the most potent ways to do it, to flow dream, to say, to communicate. So just go along with me now. Those of you guys who are old masters at this, you know exactly what to do. Close your eyes with me. And we're going to communicate something to flow. Communicate a desire, a direction. Maybe we're even going to try and find out if we have the same tendency to dilly-dally and overthink. If there's something that we should be taking care of that we haven't been able to see, we're going to ask that come up. Your eyes are closed and you're breathing deeply, relaxing. Letting all the stress of your day just wash out of you. As you take just a few minutes of your time perhaps the most important few minutes of your day, to look deep into your energy, look deep into yourself, look deep into the blueprints of your life, the ones that are unrolling right in front of you, forming your future. Do you see that? Perhaps you can even see an image, massive blueprints rolling out along a sea of stars. And these blueprints are just like the kind that you would get if you were building a house. Except this house is your life, and as you look at the lines and the flows of energy, you realize it's flows of light. It's people, it's connections, it's situations, desires. They're all flowing forward. And new things are coming in and old things are leaving. Energies are moving in all different directions, and yet there's order to it, there's focus to it. Because this blueprint has been developed by you. You, all of your past actions are forming those things that will happen in your future. Your desires, your beliefs. Do you see those? Do you see your desires out there dancing around? Do you see your beliefs like long streams of light going in there and twirling around and modifying things, putting boundaries on them perhaps? Do you see your actions? Are there enough? Have you made enough physical action toward this future that you're defining? Or is the action a little stunted, a little stuck? If it's stuck, push it along. Unleash it. Say, yes, more action, please. More things that I do, more divine action, inspired action. Move me toward my goal. Give me things to do that I can reflect over and over again into my day, into my future. It creates more for me. More of what I want. And you're saying now to your flow, with your arms wide open as you stand before this brilliant universe. You're saying to your flow, there's something I desire, and I wonder why I haven't received it. And I'm wondering too, if I've been just sort of sitting on it, overthinking it, if I've been letting my I'm not sures press the pause button in my life indefinitely. When I press the pause button, I never get through the whole experience. I stop in the middle and I say, no, wait, I need more. Wait, hold on, let me gather my resources. Or, oh, wait, I don't know if it's the right time. What happens when I press that pause button? It's like pausing in the middle of a video. I don't reach the end. I don't know what happens. And then I say, oh, another thing that didn't work out. Didn't work out, really? Wait a minute. Take your finger off the pause. Do you feel that? Like an old-fashioned tape recorder. Your finger comes off the button and it pops up and now it's moving again. And you can see it. You can say, oh, you're right. I got stuck right there, and you can see it. I got stuck when I decided that I had to. I got stuck when I thought about. I got stuck when I decided I needed more information. I got stuck when I wondered if this was the right thing or if it was something else. Oh. And instead of keeping moving with that, instead of asking for confirmation and saying, hey, Flo, something just occurred to me. Let's give me some feedback on this. Let's keep it moving. If it's right, let's keep it going. If it's not, move me in another direction. No, instead I just stopped and waited. And then I got frustrated and I felt like I was always thinking about it. So it made me feel in a way that I was still taking care of it because it was always on my mind. But no. Oh, it feels so good now to let this thing go, to let it flow again. It's like a river that's been unblocked. It's flowing. It's gushing forward. It's beautiful energy light. It's something I've wanted. And yes, oh, look, there's even some things it's clearing out, some old debris that got backed up in there from being on pause for so long. But whoosh, all that's moving through. I can feel that energy moving. I feel the emotion of that energy moving. I feel how it's happening again. And you know what's best of all? What I'm feeling best of all right now? The reason that I paused is gone because I have that new information. It's staring at me. It's right in front of me. It's saying, pick me up and try me. And I say, okay, all right, I will. I will. Oh, what a relief. I feel that relief all through me. What a relief to say, oh, I will. Oh, what a wonderful sense. I forgot how good it feels to know I'm doing something again and I'm moving. And this situation is flowing. And now we can get stuff done. And I can watch things happen. And that's the feeling I linger on now. Now that I'm opening my eyes again, returning from my daydream, and returning from my flow. There you go. How do you guys feel? A little dopey? A little like, what did I just do? This is how I talk to the universe. So powerful. It's the real key is just in knowing what to say, how to look for things, how to say it right. How, getting in and talking to the flow, easy part. What you say to the flow to get the results you want, that is the journey. And it's an exciting one, and it's intensely fun because it takes you from having a general interest in self-development to saying, no, actually, I want to know myself deeply in all ways. I want to know how I act, how I behave. When I stop doing things, I want to know why. That kind of self-awareness is priceless, and it's beautiful because it means that you're no longer a victim to things in your life. Things no longer just happen to you. You say, no, I have power. I have tons of power. And then from that point, it gets even better because you say, well, now I can do things for other people. Now I can help other people. Now I can show them. And I've always wanted to be a healer, but I never knew I could also do this too. And, it just gets bigger and more beautiful from there. That is one of the biggest reasons, actually, why I teach this. I figure, you know what? If we're all starting to feel and think this way, what will that do to the world? What will it do to the way we treat each other, the kinds of businesses we're all doing, the way we work, the way we teach our kids, everything. Okay, quick break. When we get back, it's time for calls, and you can see what flow dreaming is like in action. So stay with me for more Flow Dreaming. I'm Summer McStravick.
Hey, Sapphire. Oh, wait, you're not a Sapphire member of my mentorship program? Well, maybe you don't know what that includes. I'm Summer McStravick, and I know you're listening to this podcast because you're discovering real, valuable tools to help you manifest better in your life. You're also learning to look at the world like a manifesting practitioner does, like me, meaning everything is energy-based. Everything can be constructed, impacted, or changed. So why not go a little further? Sapphire Mentorship means making a commitment to really learn about manifesting and using flow energy. You'll be part of a self-paced, on-demand, online program that teaches you how to really use flow in your life. Plus, there are a ton of other great tools. Check it out at flowdreaming.com. You'll discover a group of like-minded people who, just like you, want to see what they can really do in their lives. That's flowdreaming.com. the Sapphire Mentorship Program.
Hi, I'm Venus Andrecht. I'm Summer's mother, and my show, The Dear Venus Show, airs right after hers. Sometimes I talk to dead celebrities or otherwise look into the great beyond, and I always do on-air readings for you, my callers. What can I do for you when you have a private phone reading with me? Well, I'm a medium, clairsentient, clairaudient, an empath, a telepath who can tell you what the people in your life are thinking, and I'm a clarifying counselor who can also look clearly into your life. I also work with good energies to help things change for the good in your life. You can find out more about me at my website, godisalwayshappy.com. That's godisalwayshappy.com. So come and see me after Summer's show. We're a lot alike and very different. Guaranteed you won't be bored.
Too busy to flow dream? Or do you just sometimes forget? It's easy to get so caught up in living that we forget the bigger, deeper, more important things, such as being aware of our flow. That's why Summer introduced the Flow Dream of the Month program. Start and stop whenever you want and enjoy the first 30 days and a Flow Dream free. Each month, Summer sends you a new Flow Dream to work with as she moves through carefully chosen areas of our lives. Be surprised, be challenged, be delighted, and be reminded. Your flow is the deepest you. Commit to it. Check out the Flow Dream of the Month Club at flowdreaming.com today. Bask in the glorious, soothing voice and music of Summer's Flow Dream Meditations. These meditations are unlike any other you'll find. They're active meditations. They're packed with energy, real power, and yet you can gently fall asleep listening to any one of them. Each Flow Dream meditation pours good emotions and energy into your subconscious as you sleep or meditate. You can choose from a variety of focuses, from dazzling self-love to overnight riches. Try a few and see for yourself. You can find all Summer's Flow Dream meditations at flowdreaming.com in the Manifesting Store.
Manifest your life with Summer McStravick and Flow Dreaming.
Welcome back to Flow Dreaming. I'm Summer McStravick. Hope you've been enjoying the hour so far. Let's go to some calls now. This is where I have a chance to look into you, look into your life, your flow. For me, it's sort of reading the energy. Some of you guys know I am intuitive as well. I call it empathic intuition. I don't call myself a psychic. I know I probably should because everybody knows what that is. For me, information is information. Flow is information. You're made of it. I'm made of it. Everything is made of this information packed together into bodies, to minds, to consciousnesses. And once you learn how to access and read the information, pretty much everything is on the table. I don't really see distinctions much anymore. Someone asked me today, do you look into pets? And I said, well, yeah, because they're an energy. They're a collection of information. They're a being having an experience. It doesn't really matter. The same is true for people who are living or not living anymore. They're still collections of information. They're beings, they're consciousnesses, they're collected information that you can look at. They have a flow of energy that pushes them forward through time, through space, even if they've passed on and they're no longer in time and space as we know it. They're still accessible because they've existed. They've been scratched into the universe. They still are there, just as you are. I guess you kind of have to firmly believe we're more than a physical body, to understand this concept of flow fully. But this is what I do. So I look into you. I can ask people questions, look into your mind, see where you're heading, what trajectory you're on, and so on, and so on. It's kind of fun because it helps me when I'm working with people in their flow, give them guidance and direction. Kind of gives you a little extra edge of information. For me, it's not an extra edge. It's something everybody should be able to access all the time to get the most complete information about their lives that they can. But I don't know, in our culture today, it's something that's marginalized and they call you a psychic. Nothing wrong with psychic. I like newfangled terms. That's why I say empathic intuitive. Empathic, by the way, just means emotion based. When I'm looking at someone, I'm feeling them. It's all coming through in a rush of emotion, coupled with words, visuals often. All of your senses can take in information. It's just for me, the emotional aspect is dominant. That's how I find things get recorded most easily too, into history and into time. The emotional components are very strong. Think about it. It's kind of like, when they say there's ghosts in the castle, it's because a heavy emotional incident occurred that caused a kind of gluing together, you could say, of the event, the emotion, and the person. And when you go back and look, you say, oh yeah, this is where that spooky thing happened. What's the person reading? The emotional trigger that's still active in that place. It's the energy that was sort of glued in there because of that big emotional explosion. In other words, a murder or something along those lines. Anyway, that's just an aside. Let's go low to Julie. Julie, St. Louis. I bet I know what Julie this is.
Hi, Summer.
Darling. By the way, Julie and I have worked together for a long time. I think one of, well, I won't say it. In case you're anonymous, I forget if you are or not.
Oh. I'd be fine with it either way, whatever you're about to say.
I think you left a review for me on my Diamond page. For people who are going.
Oh, yes.
What's happening? How's your dad?
Yeah. Oh, thank you for asking. Slow improvements. There's a bit of pain in the recovery process, but I'm proud of him. He's doing amazing, all things considered.
Well, how are you doing then?
So you know what, my focus right now is kind of on self-care, which to me right now mostly looks like building the business. Yeah. And as you know, I had some success there at the beginning of the month, and I'd love just a little push here at the end of the month to round up a few more clients into my program. So that's what I'm calling about.
Need the energy of abundant clients.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have my flow dream that I made for attracting in amazing clients? Tons of amazing clients?
Oh, yeah, and I listen to it every single day, multiple times sometimes.
That flow dream, it encapsulates the energy that you're looking for. When you have a new business, it's kind of like you can feel like there's so many different things to focus on. Partly you need to get yourself out there. You want to be seen. You want to be visible. That energy is very outward focused. Look at me. I'm making myself a big bright star that everybody can find. Another part of it is that what you offer is of such value that people come to you. They naturally align to you. And that's almost the opposite feeling. That's one of, I can sit still and they will be drawn into me. They will find me. They will hear me because we are naturally similar energies and we come together like boom, we're drawn together. We're of the same magnetism, for instance. What I feel that you have been doing is kind of bouncing around, frankly, from these different angles. Some of them is I'm creating lots of visibility. I'm creating lots of, stuff to offer. And then your other energy is, well, maybe I'll just wait and let people come to me. I'm feeling you still working on your ability to share what you do in a very clear way that communicates to people so that they want to join you, so that they want to be part of your program. Mm-hmm. An area that where you still feel a lack of confidence. Mm-hmm. And the only way to get through it is to practice, to be so sure that what you tell people is true that you have no problem saying it over and over and over again. Okay. That's where you're still working. Let's see, what can I do for you in terms of just giving you a burst? Letting a few people, I see actually there's a couple people around you. They're like little fishies. You're on, and they're little fishies. And they're like, you look good. They're very close to you. And I mean it in a good way, not like you're going to, fry them up in the pan, for God's sakes. These are your kin. They're your people. They're the ones who are like you, who benefit from you. You have to just scoop them up. So go on. When you are flow dreaming later today on your own, have an image of these little fishies in a pond and you're just scooping them up. Like you all came to me. You all came to visit Friendly. I'm Big Mama Fish. We all have to go on. Come with me. And it's a very gentle feeling, but it's one of saying, I take you. They want to be scooped up. Not to swimming aimlessly, okay?
Those are great.
Yeah. Play, and try to not be juggling back and forth between all these different ways of going about it. Work on I am so solid in what I am. I can tell anybody about it. I know when a person is right for it. I don't hesitate telling them you're right for my program. Bam. That's it. Because it's the truth. Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Summer.
Welcome. Thank you, Julie. Bye now.
Thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Julie's wonderful. She teaches a form of yoga, and dance, and, she does some coaching as well, by the way. So I know who her people are. I mean, I can feel them, and they are so close. It's just, she's not reaching out. They're like, take me. She's like, ugh. All right. Trupti, I think we've only got a couple minutes. I think I know you too. Trupti?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling a little stuck. Like I have written down what I want to do this year. Like I put so much that I wanted to be like a very energized year. Mm-hmm. But tell you the truth, right now I'm feeling like I'm lazy.
You're not lazy.
Like I'm being relaxing, taking my time with the baby. I have the 6-year-old as well.
Yes. How is the baby?
He's good. He's like
good.
How I imagined in my flow all last year.
Oh, I know. I'm looking at him a couple of times. Yeah. How's he doing? Great. He's good. Don't worry.
Good. And I feel like I want to do something this year, like health-wise. It's not just about losing weight. It's about like eating healthy. Mm-hmm. Because my kids will be just watching me what I do, and that's what they're learning.
Yeah, you know what you feel like to me is you're not lazy, but you're still in the early, and I know you have a 6-year-old, but you have another baby too. Yeah. And it always pulls you back. It's almost like during this phase of being a mother, you're only half of your own. The other half of you is belonging to this child. Okay. And you try to give half of yourself growth and, health and focus and attention, but it always feels incomplete and frustrating because the other half of you is constantly allocated to someone else, as it should be. Oh, I hear baby. You have to give yourself slack for that and say, the part of me that is still mine, the part of me where I'm, not being a mom, it's not a mom, but you know what I'm saying, the part of you that's focused fully on your baby. That is the part of me that I'm allowing to renew itself and grow and develop and replenish. You need replenishment more than anything. And I think you're confusing that a bit with laziness. Replenishing means your bowl is empty. That means receive, accept things, heal, sleep. That's right. As you replenish, the energy is going to gradually come back up in you. You're going to come out of this. And I think that by the end of the year, you're going to be itching to do something else. Work, something. I mean, it'll just be, you'll know it then, and you'll feel much more capable of it.
Okay. I've been trying to meditate, and it feels like I don't get much accomplished in the whole day, but I'm still tired.
Yeah, you don't, because remember, you're only working on, 50%. The other 50% is fully, completely allocated. So you've only got a bit left over that you're trying to push all your old regular self into. It's not going to happen. You just go, okay, so be it. I let this phase ride through. I stay on my flow. I feel myself continuing to emerge as the time goes on.
Okay.
All right.
I've been planning a lot, for the summer.
Yeah. I've got to let you go, my dear. The show is up.
Thank you so much.
Love to your family. Bye-bye. Ah, yes, the show is up. The podcast is over. So before I sign off, I hope I see and hear a lot of you at the live online event, the free one, emphasize free, that I'm doing in about a week. If you're listening to the podcast late, just get on my mailing list anyway, because like I said, occasionally I offer these, and usually they're about a very important aspect of flow dreaming that has become such a constant and general question that I need to just fully devote an hour to it, doing techniques with you, taking you into the flow. There's no commercial breaks during it. So it's a pretty nice experience. People have been impressed with them to the point where they want to purchase them afterwards. I hadn't even started doing that till they started emailing, begging me, make it for sale. So I don't know if I'll do that with this one. Don't know. I kind of fly on the seat of my pants sometimes. Until then, take care, everybody. My love goes to you all, and stay in your flow. I'm Summer McStravick, and I'll see you next time.